Well, let's begin with you. The common reaction among policy officials, opinion leaders in the United States and across the West last night was that Soleimani is a bad man with the blood of Americans and other allies all over him. And yet, many concerns about an escalating conflict with Iran that could lead to a war, about the ramifications of an administration not thinking through this policy, and of course, for those who actually are concerned about the United States Constitution, the fact that the United States of America last night had a president who approved the killing of the second-ranking public official in another country that we were not at war at. We'll let you unsort that. Tell us your chief concerns this morning.
Well, let's start where you did, Joe, which is Soleimani is an evil person. He's a villain. We are better off tactically for his piece being taken off the chessboard. He was smart. He constructed very clever attacks on us. So tactically, this is a positive. Strategically,
and also, Admiral, just off the top, he considered himself to be a sworn enemy of the United States of America, and I suppose that you would agree with Dexter Filkins that he may have been the most significant military force in the Middle East over the past generation.
Absolutely no question. When I commanded the mission in Afghanistan, we saw his fingerprints all over attacks in Western Afghanistan on U.S. troops. Blood on his hands doesn't begin to get at Soleimani. So tactically, I'm glad he's gone. Strategically, however, we are pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire with no structure or strategy for where we're going to take this thing next. And I'll tell you, the Pentagon today is going to be on all hands on deck doing the defensive measures all over the world to make sure that we're prepared for the response, because there will be a significant response. Killing Soleimani would be roughly, it's hard to kind of categorize this, but it would be roughly like killing the current chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, and also, by the way, taking out the second most active political actor in the United States in the government. So this will demand a response from Iran. So we've got to up our defensive game in the Persian Gulf for our ships, in Afghanistan for our troops there, in Iraq, in Syria, in Europe. Our U.S. troops in Europe will be targeted. Our ally Israel will be targeted. So defensive measures up. And then, Joe, we've got to start to construct a real strategy here that lays out a case for how are we going to control this ladder of escalation, which has jumped from Iran killing a contractor to us killing their chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Big escalation. We better be prepared for the wave that is going to hit right now.
Well, and Ed Luce, it may be more in line with if Nancy Pelosi were the Speaker of the House and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs combined, that would be where Soleimani is or was. In Iran's government, again, a government that we don't have an official, we haven't officially declared a war against. Let's talk about the consequences. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.